boys and girls. I'm going to do another math lesson today. We're going to do addition and subtraction, a couple of story problems, okay? And remember, you don't have to do the same worksheets I am doing. You can find whatever you can find online. I had a little better luck after I did that lesson. I found a few more. Or you can just make up your own. Let mom and dad make up some story problems for you. Have a little piece of paper and you tell them how you would solve the problem. You can use some of the strategies we learned last week. So I'm going to show you the board again. All right. I like having this board here. Now here's some math strategies these are for addition. And a lot of these you could use for subtraction too. So let's go ahead and I can use my fingers. Right underneath it, a number line. You could draw a picture. We can use tally marks. We could use a 10 frame. You can put the big number in your head. Like 5 plus 2, you put the 5 in your head and just use your fingers to count on. That's called counting on or counting up. 5, 6, 7. You can write the number sentence, and of course you can use mental math. Now, I put these on the Seesaw page, and so there was a poster for addition and then another one for subtraction, which I really liked, and there were a few extra things besides what I showed you up there. There's on the bottom it says, I can use cubes. A lot of you probably don't have Unifix cubes at your house. You could use something to pull apart. Those paper clips would be great. I can use objects. You probably have crayons at your house or anything that you can use to count with. Those are called manipulatives. And I can cross out. If you're doing takeaway, you can draw a picture and then X out the ones that you're taking away. Okay, so I went back on the computer and I found some some good worksheets. Okay, I found a variety. And remember, you do not have to do the same ones I'm doing. I just do want you to practice some story problems because I want you to be ready for first grade. And when you do story problems, you're using your number sense, you're using addition and subtraction, you're writing numbers. So it's kind of using a combination of all the skills that we worked on before school ended. Okay, this one caught my eye because I saw a pretty butterfly, and I'm going to read that to you, okay? It says, okay, let's see here. 4 butterflies were sitting on a flower. 2 butterflies flew away. How many butterflies are left? Well, I think what I want to do is start out, and it just says draw it. So the strategy we're using is drawing a picture. So let's start out with a flower. I'm going to have to put the flower right here. I'm just going to go around and around and around. This would be a fun one to color. 4 butterflies were on the flower. I'm going to make my butterflies this way. Here's the head and the antennae, okay, and the wings. And, ooh, I can even draw the 6 little feet on here. There's 1. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, here's 2. Put the head here. And I did that wrong because we learned from that poster that a butterfly has a slender body, not a fat body. Maybe that one's a moth, huh? And it depends how much time you have. You can kind of decorate the wings. All right, there's 2. And there's 3. Okay, we'll put this one over here. And here's 4, kind of a small one. All right, 4 butterflies were sitting on a flower. 2 butterflies flew away. So what I'm gonna do is just X out this one and X out this one. How many butterflies are left? 2. We could have made these 2 flying away, right? Now, when you do that story problem, the clue in that, it says how many butterflies are left. When you hear the words are left, it's going to be subtraction, okay? Let's say let's do the same problem, but with cookies. My mommy made cookies. There were 4 cookies on a plate. I put 2 in my mouth and ate them, all gone. If you start with 4 and you eat 2, then you're actually taking away. How many are left? When you hear that, that's going to be subtraction. When you hear the words in all or all together, it's going to be addition. Now it says answer it. Okay, the answer is 2 butterflies, but I think what they want us to do is write a number sentence. We started with 4 butterflies. We're going to make a minus sign. That's a takeaway sign. We took away 2. And then remember, this is our equal sign. And the answer always goes over here on this side. We have 2 left. Now, just like when we learned addition, we could have written our problem like this. 4 minus over here 2, and instead of an equal sign, we could put a line underneath it, and the answer goes straight underneath the line. That's 2 ways. This is horizontal, and this is vertical. Okay? That was easy. That was a fun one. I sure would like to color that. I might do that later. Okay, this one caught my eye because it said spring word problems, and it is spring right now. Now, it's a little bit blurry because I didn't want to pay for this, so I just kind of, copied it and pasted it into another program so that I could print it out. So we're going to read, there's 2 story problems on here. It says Meg picks 3 flowers. Jen picks 2 flowers. How many flowers do they have in all? Now first of all, we've got 3 flowers. Meg picks 3. Jen picks 2. So I like to underline my numbers. And then I like to look for my key words. The key words in here are in all. I'm going to circle that like I did the other day. Okay, when we say in all, who thinks we're going to take away? Are we taking away the flowers? Or are we going to add the flowers? I hope you said add. Okay, now the first one says draw it. Meg picks 3 flowers, so we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. I could even put some stems on there. Okay, Jen picks 2 flowers. Maybe I'll make her flowers a little different. I'll make her tulips. Pretty tulips. Okay, these are Meg's flowers. I'll just put an M there. These are Jen's flowers. Okay, and then we're going to add them all together. All right, 3 and 2 more equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need to draw the 5 because I'm adding them so they're, all together. This one says let's do tally marks. That's a really easy way, and it doesn't take as long, does it? So Meg picks 1, 2, 3 flowers, and Jen picks 2 more. So I'm going to add 1. Now instead of putting the other one here, I'm going to go like this too. We've got our answer. Or you could separate it. You could go 1, 2, 3. Those are Meg's flowers, and those are Jen's flowers. Okay, now it says to write it. We started out with 3 flowers. The plus sign is already there, but I'm going to trace over it. Plus 2, and we had our answer, equals 5. Sorry, it's really hard to do this with one hand. There we go. Okay, we did a good job on that. All right, now we are going to read this one. Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot the number line. We're going to do this on the number line too. So we could start at 0 and hop to 1, 2, 3, or we can just go to 3. I'm going to start at 3. Meg has 3 flowers, and Jen has 2. How many altogether? So I'm going to hop 1, 2. Or we could start here. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to circle the number 3, and then 2 more, and the answer is 5. Okay, we're going to read the second one. Now we have Jeff. Jeff sees 4 frogs. I like this. They're using kind of easy words, so you could probably read these yourself, right, without any help. Jim sees 5 frogs. How many do they see in all? Jeff sees 4. Okay. Jim sees 5. And our key words are in all. And remember what we said up here? If it says all together or in all, it's going to be addition, isn't it? So I'm not going to be that great at drawing frogs. So for my drawing, I'm just going to draw circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are Jim's frogs. Sorry, Jeff's frogs. Jim sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of made these like the dots on a dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the extra one makes 5 in the middle. I'm going to put a plus sign there. So to draw a picture, we'll pretend these are frogs, or they're counters. 4 plus 5 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our answer is 9. We don't need to write that yet, though. The other way, look, if I put a box around that, and it looks like these are 2 dice, I would probably count these 5 first. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's just a little bit faster to do it that way. Now, I am going to do that too here. We're going to make tally marks. I'll show you both ways. Here's Jeff's frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's Jim's frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a plus sign in there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What I always like to do is start with the big number. You know, it just makes it easier to start with the big one. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that around. This is actually 4 plus 5, but we could start with Jim. There's Jim sees 5 frogs, so I made 5 tally marks. Jeff sees 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to me, this is a little bit easier to count because this reminds me of the top line of a 10 frame. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or I picture this like 5 fingers on one hand and 4 fingers on the other. You can use your fingers right now and hold them up. 5 on one hand and 4 on the other. The answer is still the same. The answer was 9 when we drew a picture. The answer is 9 when we drew the tally marks. So we started with 4 frogs. Jim sees 5. All together, there is 9. Boys and girls, could we turn that problem around and say 5 plus 4 equals 9? Are the answers going to be the same? Yeah, it doesn't matter whose frogs you write down first, Jim's or Jeff's. Can we do that up here? Instead of saying Meg picks 3 flowers and Jen picks 2, could we start with Jen's flowers? Sure we can. The answer's not going to be any different. The answer is going to be the same. 2 plus 3 equals 5, and 3 plus 2 equals 5. That's why I like to call these twins. Look, the numbers stay the same. The answer stays the same. All we're doing is just flipping them around, right? And this is also called, these are the addition sentences in a number family, okay? In a fact family, these are addition problems. In a fact family, they're also number bonds. Do number bonds another day. Okay, I've got another page here. There were 5 red fish and 5 yellow fish. How many fish were there all together? Okay, 5 red fish. This is like the one we did the other day. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here's my fish. I would love to color those, but I think to save time, I will do it later. Here's 5 fish. There were 5 red fish and 5 yellow fish. I'm going to make the other fish turn this way. These will be the yellow ones on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Make my little triangle tail. I could add my little fins here. Okay, these are the red fish. I'll just write red here, and then I'll remember to go back and color those. And then these were my Y-E-L-L-O-W spells yellow. All right, now we've got 5 red and 5 yellow. How many fish all together? I'm going to circle that all together. Are we going to add or take away? We already know what. I could even put the plus sign right here. My red on this side, my yellow on this side. How many is that all together, boys and girls? I bet you're answering that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be a great one to use your fingers. Hold up 5 fingers on your left hand and 5 fingers on your right hand. If those were fishies, you would have 10 altogether. Let's jump up here and do it on the number line. So we could start at 1 and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, they should have a 0 there. Let's just start with 5. 5 redfish. And we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our answer is 10. We can do a 10 frame. And those look like our counters if we color those red. And then we could color the 5 on the bottom yellow. And the answer is 10. And then here it says the equation is, that's a big word. It's the same as the number sentence. 5 red fish plus 5 yellow fish equals 10 fish all together. Okay, and I've got one more page, and I'll tell you why I decided to do this one. We really need to do this one, and I'll tell you why in a minute, okay? How many shells? Ben gets 7 shells. He gives 3 of them to Meg. How many shells does Ben have left? So our first thing is to draw a picture. We're going to start with 7 shells. They're not too hard. I'm going to do this kind of shell, kind of like a clam shell. 1. Yeah, this might take a while, so 2, 3. And if you want to just draw circles, you guys always know that, right? The circles can represent the seashells. Okay, 3, 4, I'll put some down here. 5. Almost done. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought I was, okay. We've got 7. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here. We're going to start with 7 shells. He gives 3 of them to Meg. He's such a nice guy. He's going to give 3 of them away. It doesn't matter which 3 we take away. We could take away these 3 or these 3 or the first 3. I'm going to go ahead and take away the bottom 3 though. Okay, he gives them away. So because the key word here is how many shells does Ben have left? Remember, that's kind of our clue. Okay, that he's giving them away, so we're taking away. And whenever you hear how many are left, that's kind of your clue to say subtraction. That's why I wanted to do this last one. We've done quite a bit of addition, but if you are looking for worksheets, try to find some addition and subtraction. Now, subtraction is going to be a little different on the number line. We're not going to add the 3 and the 4. We're going to go start at 7. I'm going to circle the 7, and we're not going to go this way. We're not going to jump forward. We're taking away, so we're going to go backwards. Ben has 7 shells. He gives 1, 2, 3 away. How many are left? The answer is 4. All right, it says to write the equation. So we started with 7, and we're giving 3 away. And we have 4 left over. This one says, write the difference. Okay, how many shells does he have left? 4. Now, we could have switched this around, and instead of taking 3 away, we could take the 4 away, and we'd have 3 left. So I could turn this around. 7 take away 4 equals 3. And then that would be part of the number bond. Watch, we'll do a little number bond up here too. Hard to do with one hand again. We have 3 plus 4 equals 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 take away 3 is 4. 7 take away 4 is 3. That's called a number bond. Okay, thanks a lot. That was 20 minutes again. All right. So again, remember, you can find your own worksheets. You can just get a piece of paper. You can make up your own. Mom and Dad can make some up for you. You can do mine. You don't have to write all the directions. You can just do the problems on a whiteboard. All right. Just want you to be practicing some word problems. Thank you.